Welcome to the 12th episode of the Fourth Inning Podcast, the podcast where four friends talk about their one love for sports. I'm Josh, joined with my friends Blake, Tristan, and Matt. And if you haven't checked out our last episode, make sure to do so and hear us talk about and rank our top 10 flavors of ice cream. Also, make sure to check out our social media accounts and give us a follow. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Fourth Inning Pod. I'm now going to let Matt give you guys a breakdown of the top performances in baseball from the past week.
All right, thank you, Josh. I'm going to hop right into it, and I'm going to start with underperforming teams as always. I'm going to start with the Minnesota Twins. They're not playing up to what they have been. Injuries are really killing them.
They're currently losing a series to the White Sox, a team that's fighting them for the division. So it's important for them to get back on track soon.
I know that's a really tight division. That's going to be really fun to look into and watch the last month of the season. The next team I have for underperformance, I have the Cincinnati Reds, who are 15-21 and sitting in fourth place.
Yeah, that's definitely a team that is underperforming greatly, and yeah, they're just expected to maybe come in and win the division, definitely get a playoff spot, and be one of the better teams, and it's just definitely not that, and it's been ugly all year.
Yeah, they were one of the many teams to have high expectations coming into this year. I think the Mets being another one, maybe the Phillies too.
Yeah, Phillies aren't bad.
Phillies are
have
one
a playoff
over
spot.
now.
Yeah.
One over.
Are they one over now?
They have a playoff spot right now.
Well, you get my point here. Definitely looking at that Reds roster, you think they have a lot more potential, I guess you could say. They just haven't lived up to the hype yet.
I know the Reds' magic number is 8 games for playoff elimination, so we'll have to tune in for that one. We're gonna move on to a lighter note now with some overperforming teams. I'm gonna start with the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 25-12. I mean, we all knew that they were gonna be good and they were gonna make the playoffs, but we didn't know they were running away with the division right now.
Yeah, the team is really surprising. Not surprising they'd be a good team, but surprising for how good of a season they're having. You know, their lineup's just hitting like crazy with Brandon Lau having a good year, and of course that pitching staff is absolutely loaded.
Yep. Yeah, Tyler Glasnow is one of the pitchers that's looked really good for them. He started off the year on the IL, but him and Blake Snell, even Charlie Morton's on the IL now, I believe.
Yeah.
But he had a great start to the year, so if he gets back, they will be in a really good spot once they get to the postseason, of course.
Another overperforming team I have, who is 17-16, it is the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
They are, I'm not sure, I think they're in fourth place, or
Yeah.
they're making a bit of a run at the Twins right now.
They lost 9 games in a row, but then they've been hot and won 6 in a row now. They're a half game back from the wild card currently.
That's going to be exciting.
could be-
if four teams from a division make the playoffs.
It's a shame that they play in that division because
Yeah.
they would
It's
be
a loaded division.
They would be
Yeah.
maybe second place in some other divisions in the
They're
AL.
really
It's
playing.
very surprising that the Tigers are having a good year when
Yeah.
their number one is having one of the most abysmal seasons out of all the pitchers
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the league. Is ERA over 8, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's up there.
Boy.
it's
It's
bad.
not good.
Yeah. So,
Casey Mize, though.
Casey
Mize has
Mize.
finally
Yeah.
appeared.
Boy.
He's good. He's good.
He's going to be
Auburn
really
all-
good.
All right, we're going to move on now to pitcher of the weekend. It is far and away Shane Bieber. He has a 1.20 ERA with 6 wins, which leads the major leagues, and he is a Cy Young frontrunner.
yeah, he is definitely coming out of the gates hot, and looks like he's gonna come away with the Cy Young at the moment. He's also striking out people at an incredible rate, and
It'd be very nice to see him win that MVP too.
He's up
Yep.
there. He's up there in the race for it. Obviously with that 1.2.
1.2.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he's, I believe, 8 starts in to have an ERA like that. That's just out of this world. And it'd be really nice to see nice to see a starting pitcher win an MVP. Something I don't recall seeing.
No.
Yep, I'm going to move on from the best pitcher to the best player, and that's going to be Nelson Cruz, who has a 328 batting average and 13 home runs, which leads the league.
ties. Yeah, but
Yeah, tied for
but
first.
it's very surprising that he's playing such good baseball.
How old is he again?
He's 40.
He's 40.
40?
He's
Yeah.
40 years
40.
old.
He's playing some good baseball.
Yeah, it's surprising that
He's in his prime.
He's playing.
40 years old.
Surprising that he's playing such good baseball. Yet, as we already talked about, his team is one of the underperforming teams right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Well, they actually had a great start to the year, but they've just fell off
yeah,
a lot.
Next, finally, I should say, I'm going to move on to Team of the Week. I've already talked about them. It's the Tampa Bay Rays. They are 6-1 this week, and they are really starting to run away with the division and becoming one of the teams to beat in baseball.
Yeah, as we said earlier, they're up there with the Dodgers for one of the best teams in baseball. So it's going to be really exciting to watch them in the postseason, especially if they end up winning the division.
It's very nice to see that my next up team made it.
Yes.
They're this good. I did not surprise.
I cannot
think
say
that
the
would
same
happen.
because
You
was
were
the
the
Diamondbacks.
Oh boy,
and they're having
Josh,
a
what
very
was yours?
disappointing
I was the
year.
White Sox. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
I was the Reds.
50-50,
That's shocking.
50-50
Yeah,
there.
it's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week in baseball. I'm going to now pass it on to Tristan for Let's Rank It.
Welcome to Let's Rank It, and today we will be ranking our top 5 NBA uniforms. To get started, I'm going to number 5.
Yes, that's where we're gonna start.
I'm going to go with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Ooh,
I like their purple jerseys that they wear.
Mardi Gras.
The Mardi Gras
the Mardi
uniform.
Gras. That's about it. I like their red, white, and blue basic colors.
One
but
uniform, and they're top 5.
I just really like their purple Mardi Gras uniform.
That's right. Yeah, I like that. My number 5 is the Phoenix Suns, a team with
I like the Sun.
unique colors, you could say. But their City Edition uniforms are great, as well as their
And those
icon.
Suns.
Low Suns, yes, those are
Low
nice.
And
Suns.
they need to bring. They still wear those throwbacks because
They don't. They wear a newer black throwback, but it's different font. But
they need those Charles Barkley uniforms
yes,
back. Cause
I
those
agree.
Are,
But
those are
regardless,
some of my favorites.
great uniforms, unique uniforms. That's why I love them so much, and that's why they're in my top 5.
Number 5, I made a little switch here. I have the Toronto Raptors. I think it's simple and a good design in that red, white, and black really does work well together.
Number 5, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. Just really clean look. The classic red, white, and blue never goes wrong. And yeah, that's basically it. They're just clean uniforms. And
Makes sense.
yes, I'll pass it on to
All right,
Tristan now.
on to number 4. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I-
I'm gonna
Oh
disagree.
gosh.
with that. Please explain. I disagree.
I just love their orange, like all orange uniforms, and they're all blue uniforms. They're pretty basic, but I'm a huge
What
What
fan.
about the cities? Though?
They're different.
What about the cities? Do you like the city uniforms?
It's all right.
Jeez. I mean, they're different, unique, I guess you could say. I respect it. My number 4, as Blake's number 5 team, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. As I said in an earlier episode, a red, white, and blue look looks good on any sport, any team, on any field or court. The Sixers with their throwback creams, with the they actually have 2 throwback cream colored uniforms. One being inspired by the Constitution, and also the all red uniform. So it's just a classic look for a classic city like that represents America's past.
Number 4, I also have the Philadelphia 76ers. The red, white, and blue is one of the best colors in the NBA, and I think they really use them well. Blake, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be the Portland Trailblazers. I'm just a big fan of their colors. I guess they're just the classic red, black, and white, and it just looks really clean. Their Rip City uniforms are some of the best. Those
Yep.
creams, and that just my number 4.
All right,
Tristan?
my number 3 is going to be the Boston Celtics.
I like that.
Their city uniforms with the gold is just beautiful. Very beautiful.
I won't say
love it.
beautiful. I don't like those.
I like them. They're my favorite
Really?
Out of their-
Out of all the really?
out of all of their
Wait, what are?
uniforms.
Jeez.
Their city uniforms with like the gold.
What? I don't like them.
They're not bad.
I think they're just
I like
kinda
them.
I think
weird.
Big fan.
Yeah,
They're
it's
diff-
different because
yeah.
Boston is, or I guess the Celtics are so used to like classic uniforms, so like has a different twist. It's different, I guess. But yeah, my number 3, I have the Miami Heat, a team with probably the best. I guess, are they considered alternates anymore?
City uniforms. Are city uniforms?
All right, yeah, best
The
city
Vice City?
uniforms. Yeah,
Yeah, those are their city uniforms.
best city uniforms in the league. They have the pink, they have the light blue. They would be one, but I'm not a big fan of their like normal uniforms. I just don't.
No.
I don't think they're red and gold yellowish. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look too well on a basketball court. But their city uniforms bring them to the top.
Number 3, I have the Phoenix Suns. Like Tristan said, the purple and orange is a bit unique,
Josh
but I
said
like
that.
it. I
Yeah.
thought Tristan said it. As Josh said, I'm sorry. The purple and orange are a good color combination if they are unique, and I think they really work well together.
Blake?
All right, my number 3 is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. I think I like all of their uniforms. I think
Yep.
they're all clean. especially their city uniforms. I think they're some of the best. The Cream City.
The Cream City.
And also their blacks with the blue stripe, which seems a little
Yeah.
weird. You think it wouldn't work because blue's not one of their colors, but it looks really clean. And yep.
My number two. My
Number
number
two
two is
yeah.
going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. They're black, like Blake said. He got all my points there with the
You're welcome.
black uniform with the blue stripe on the side. They really pull it off, and the Cream City uniform is one of the best. Josh, what's your number two?
My number two, a team from Canada. I have the Toronto Raptors. Huge fan of their colorway. I love how they incorporate their OVO, their Drake-inspired uniforms into their court. They have an alternate court when they wear those uniforms. I just love the font on the way it wraps around the numbers.
Yeah.
And it's just a unique look for a team that is, I guess, unique to the NBA. Is they're the only team from Canada, so that's why I have them at number two.
Number two, I have a bit of an interesting take. I have the Boston Celtics. I think they're a real classic, and I think their alternate jerseys, if not weird, I think I like them, and I think the green really.
You like them?
Do you like their
Yes.
black uniforms?
I do.
Yes,
I
those
do
are
like
nice.
the black.
I do.
uniforms.
I like the blacks.
Those are
I
great.
think they really don't have a bad uniform, and I think if they look good, play good, right?
That's right, and they are
Yeah.
playing good.
They are playing very good.
All right, my number two is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. It's mostly a respect thing. I really couldn't see myself leaving them off the list, and they're one of the most classic uniforms in all of sports.
So if you're talking about respect here, are the Celtics one?
What? And then
I don't know
it's
how,
the, it's
I don't
the
know how
city
that
uniform.
works.
It's the city uniform. I just don't like it. There's
Really?
something about it.
Huh.
I just
Okay.
don't think it fits. But yeah, so the Lakers are going to be a 10. It's very
At 10? No, number two.
number two.
Number
It's
two.
very nostalgic look, and it's ingrained in pretty much everyone's heads.
Yep.
And that's my number
Do you
two.
do you remember the days of Kareem?
I
do you
don't.
remember
I
those?
don't. I was just a wee lad then.
NBA. You go to the vault, don't you?
Yes.
He watches YouTube.
I watch
He
YouTube
must.
as well.
All right. Moving on. Number one, I'm going to go with Miami Heat. Their Miami Vice uniforms are just beyond. I love them. Their colors, the color scheme.
They're beyond.
I
They're
think-
beyond love.
I think that their main colors should switch to
I agree. 100% agree.
What is it? Like neon blue? I don't know how you'd say it. Neon blue and pink, I guess.
So-
It's not really neon blue.
baby blue and pink. Baby blue.
Baby blue.
Yeah.
There you
bright
go.
pink.
Baby blue.
Hot
and a
pink.
bright
Josh,
pink.
what's your number one?
My number one is the Portland Trailblazers. I love the new look to a classic uniform, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Sure does.
The way they incorporate their uniforms from, I guess, 40 years ago into a new style with brighter colors. They have, I love their city uniforms, the Rip City, as Blake said earlier.
Yes.
And, yeah, it also looks great on the court. That's something that's
Yeah.
underrated, I think, when it comes to uniforms. Team's court can make a uniform pop out a little bit extra. So they do a great job of that over there in Portland, Oregon. That's why I have them at number one.
Number one, I also have the Miami Heat. I think their Miami Vice uniforms, I think they carry them to number one.
Yeah.
I think their regular uniforms, they're not the best, but I think they bring back a lot of nostalgia of watching the Big Three back when I was a kid, and I think they're really all-time classics, and I don't think they can be beat.
All right, my number one is going to be the Miami Heat.
Ah.
It's the Miami Vice uniforms absolutely carry
yeah.
this uniform set. They're great every year. This year's are not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the Blues.
Yeah,
but
they're all right.
but they're still probably the best city uniform in the league, and their normal uniforms are not the best. They're a little boring, but they're still
It
clean.
seems like we all agree that their normal uniforms just aren't a good look.
No.
I don't think they're a bad look. I think they're just kind of
They're just really
they're a
basic.
step down from what they're. We can all agree they're a step down from what they're
Yes.
alternate.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That makes sense. Fair enough.
All right, well, that wraps up Let's Rank It. And after the break, Blake will take it over with Guess That Player.
All right, welcome back to the Fourth Inning Podcast. We're going to bring back Guess That Player for the third time. And Josh is kind of running away with this series right now because he has 9 points. Matthew has won.
Yes.
Congratulations, Matthew. And
Thank you.
Tristan is still
fat-
sitting with the goose egg.
Fat donut.
Yeah,
So
it's close.
we're gonna hope
Close
we
race.
change. Maybe we change that. Maybe Josh carries on his dominance.
My legacy, we
But
could say.
I don't know if it's legacy yet. It might be one after this. But we're gonna kick it off. We're doing MLB today, so we're gonna start in the National League, and this player attended Louisiana State University.
Alex Bregman.
It's just not Alex
You
Bregman.
said National League.
Yes.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's all
Louisiana
right. Don't worry about
State.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Also known as LSU.
Yeah, I think
Dansby Swanson went to Vanderbilt, right?
he sure did.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can I get a position on this?
Already?
Okay, sorry. National
sorry.
League. Is he
Give it a
in?
little.
Central.
Is he in the East?
What?
Oh, we'll start with Central.
What?
Central?
He's
Central?
not. He's in either.
Oh, so the
So he's in
West.
the
West.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. NL West. Interesting.
Is he on the Dodgers?
No.
Padres.
No.
Oh,
Giants.
boy.
No.
Diamondbacks.
This must
No.
be
What's
So-
the other? The Mariners? Is that the
The Mar-
no?
No, it's
Rockies.
Yes.
Rockies. It is
It's
Rockies.
not Nolan Arenado. Trevor Story?
Yeah, it's Trevor Story.
Yeah. Wow, look at
Off
that.
to a hot
Bang.
start from Matt. All right, next player is we're going to stay in the National League, and this player did not attend college, but he is from Curacao.
Oh boy,
Oh jeez.
it's tough.
In the West?
No.
You said National League.
Yes.
Central.
No.
East.
Yes.
I assume. Mets.
No.
I was gonna say Edwin Diaz if
Yeah,
it was
me
the
too.
Mets.
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, it's back to Ed Lewis
The
Diaz.
Marlins?
It is.
Phillies.
No.
Braves?
Yes.
Ah.
Oh, is it Ronald Acuna? Not Ron.
No.
No,
No.
it's
Ozzie
Ronald
Albies.
Albies. Ozzie Albies.
Halsey
Yeah.
Albies.
No.
No, I
Josh
said it.
definitely got it.
I switched up the last names
Did
there.
I say Albies?
What did
Whatever.
you say?
I didn't hear it, Matt.
I said it. I said it too. I said it too
I said
quietly.
Ronald
too quiet.
Albies.
I said it too quiet. I'm
I
sorry.
was so confused. I'm like, what did he do? What
I
did
said
he
it. I
do?
So
said it.
is
too
that a win?
quietly.
Is that a win here?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a win.
Here we go.
Josh.
We're tied at 1.
Woo!
Oh, look at that!
Here we
It's-
go.
Yes.
It's that time of the episode. It is the joke of the week. Are you guys ready?
No.
Yes.
Give me a
I'm
second.
ready.
Always
Give me a
ready.
second.
Okay.
Can't wait to
Ready
ready
now. This is a joke for some of my tennis players out there.
Not me.
Ooh.
Why should you?
Shout out to Matt's dad
Yes.
And
Mr.
this-
Doug.
and
Tristan's
Serena
dad.
Williams.
and
yes, yeah.
and Serena
And Serena
Williams if you're
Williams.
listening.
Why should you never date a tennis player?
You know, Matt, I wish I knew. Could you please tell me?
Because love means nothing to them.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I like it. That. You know what, Matt?
That's
Give me
good.
some. I
I
like
like
that
that.
one.
I got
That's-
it.
Let's get out the old calculator.
Matt,
You
Blake,
gotta get the
I'm
calculator.
guessing
Out of 10?
You can start
Blake,
us
you
off.
didn't seem
I'm
like-
guessing you weren't a
think I
fan.
always do start us off.
Yes.
It's one of those jokes where I don't laugh, I shake my head. But
You didn't shake your head.
I
You shook-
respect
you
the,
shook your head.
the intelligence behind it, the education. And I'm going to give it an 8-1.
An 8-1.
Wow.
I respected the intelligence.
It was very good, Matt. I loved it. That's
Thank
why I'm
you.
giving it a 9-3.
Holy.
9-3. These scores
That's
are going
standards.
crazy.
That's standards right there.
It took me a while to get it at first because I'm not a big tennis guy. But once I got it, I laughed. I'm sure you guys heard me. I'm gonna go 8.7 on that.
Oh.
one.
7.
26-1
That's-
out
that's-
of 30.
That is by far.
Give it up for Matt.
That
What
is-
do you
that
say?
is- That's a high.
That's a clap. That's a
Well
clap.
done.
That's
Yeah,
a- that's
you,
a high
you just
standard
missed the
I
clap.
just
We,
said.
we just clapped and now you're
We already
clapping.
Oh,
clapped,
Oh,
boy,
boy.
that's a high standard I have to set.
Yeah, no, you have to beat that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
That's your
good
best
luck
round.
being that.
That
Your
ain't
record
gonna
is
happen.
2-6-1.
26.1. Quite incredible, Matthew.
Thank you.
Manfred.
Thank
That's
you.
fine.
All right, Blake.
Where were we
Let's move back onto the show
All
here.
right. We're going to come back to guess that player, and we are going to stay in the NL again.
Ooh.
And a big college here, Vanderbilt. No,
Sonny Gray.
no,
Is he shortstop?
he is not.
Dansby Swanson.
He's not.
Kirk Casale.
No.
He did go to Vanderbilt.
Really?
Did he?
yeah.
Kirk Casale did?
Yeah.
The East.
West.
No, West.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
West. Is he in the Dodgers?
No.
Padres.
No.
Giants.
Yes.
Mikey Strimsky. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
I was
it.
gonna
Yeah.
say that.
No,
Attaboy,
that was a
Matt.
good guess.
You just probably knew that name and thought of Giants. And
Yeah,
what
that's
made
like
it
the
in
only
your head.
Giants player I know,
Right.
other than like Brandon Belt. Is Brandon
Belt's
Belt
in
still in
the
the league?
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah,
of
he's
Brandon
still there.
Crawford. I was thinking Brandon Crawford.
He doesn't play.
Yeah.
Crawford's still there too.
All right, moving on. We're going to finally move over to the American League.
Yeah,
And this
there we go.
player went to Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
Ooh.
American League, huh?
Yes.
Is he
East.
Is he a pitcher?
He's not.
East.
Uh-oh.
Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Justin Smoke. I don't know.
Kevin Biggio.
Oh. It's Cavan Vision.
Ooh.
How about that? Wow.
Wow.
Me and Matt tied at 2.
Yeah,
I'm
me
fine.
too.
I'm
Well,
Matt
completely,
and I.
I'm
Well,
completely
11-3,
fine.
but-
Yeah,
11-3.
2-2.
We'll keep it 2-2 here.
All right.
He's gonna be good, by the way. Kevin Biggio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having videos having
Yeah.
a good year.
Yeah, he's gonna be really
Maybe
good.
like
for that
Craig.
team.
Craig Biggio is
That's
good
his
too.
dad.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
his dad. That is his father.
All right, we're gonna stay in the AL, and this player also did not attend a college, and he is from the nation of Venezuela.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of those.
There are
Miguel Cabrera.
no.
AL.
Is he not from Venezuela?
He is from
He
Venezuela.
is.
Yeah,
But there's just so many from Venezuela.
Just because he's once again Matt.
We said AL,
No,
right?
Not Carlos Carrasco.
Central?
What?
Central?
No.
East.
Yeah. Staying in the East.
Oh, no.
Luis
This is
Severino?
Josh's.
What?
Luis
No,
Severino.
it's not.
That's a good guess. I like that. Is he on the Orioles?
He is on the Orioles. Look at that. That's 2 in a row. He just
Oh,
got
what's his name? Jose Iglesias.
no. Well, not he,
Not
you know,
Michael
he's-
Givens. It's not Michael Givens, is
Jonathan
it?
but
Scope.
no,
He was just
that's a
traded. He
good
was just
guess.
traded. He was
That's-
just
that's
traded,
an
I believe.
obscure guess.
Michael Givens?
No,
Yeah.
it's not him. But that is an
I-
obscure
yeah,
guess.
I know what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't even know any. Jonathan Scope. I don't know.
No.
Jeez.
He's on the Tigers.
Orioles guys,
Really?
huh?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I'm sure Chris Davis
been there
is.
the whole year.
And I know
No.
Chris Davis isn't from Venezuela.
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this one. Severino, their catcher.
No.
it's the other one then.
Anthony Santander.
Oh, man, who do he
Oh
said the first name first, said the last name first.
God, Josh, give me
Ooh.
0.5.
Do we
That's
give-
all I want.
do we
I'll
give
take
him a point, or
0.5.
do we
I'll,
split it?
I'll
Do we
take
keep
0.5.
The funny joke of goose egg going.
I mean, I'm not budging here. I'm not budging
Not
here. but
budging.
I can settle for a
He's-
0.5.
He did
He's
say
not
Anthony,
budging.
which is a very common name.
I did.
I know
Yeah, he
you know
did.
who it was though. Huh. I don't like half points. I'm not a big fan of half
Uh-oh.
points.
I said we flip something. We gotta
Yeah,
flip
we can
something.
flip something.
Flip something. What do we
All
got?
right, I got a quarter here, guys. So obviously heads is gonna go to Tristan.
Okay.
Tails is gonna go to me. So
Here we
I'll
go.
flip this
gotta
as a
flip it.
judge,
Blake?
There goes
commissioner
nothing.
of the game.
Come
Yep.
on.
Here we go.
Oh, Josh gets
and
it.
Oh boy.
Josh steals the point.
Oh,
That is a shame.
Tristan
what a,
does stay.
That
at
is a
what
the
an
shame.
emotional roller coaster.
That's
Good
a
say.
shame.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Now we have this may be Tristan's player to get.
Here we go.
We're gonna go, move back to the National League, and I say that this might be Tristan's because this player attended the
Michigan.
Michigan. He is a
Mm.
Wolverine.
Oh, boy.
This is
I don't
good-
know
this is
much about
Tristan's
Michigan
guy.
baseball, so it might
I'm
be.
also going to give a free hint here, free early hint. He's a recent Michigan guy.
Oh. Oh.
At
And-
National League,
National League.
Central,
No,
East,
no,
West.
Dustin May. I don't know.
it's not Dustin May.
I
Where'd
wish
Dustin
it's
May go to
Dustin
school?
I wish I could tell you. I'm not that big of a Dustin May guy.
Yeah, me neither.
You are though. You picked him for
Dodgers?
the year, so you should know that.
Yeah, Dodgers.
No.
Giants.
Padres.
Yeah, he's on the Padres.
Padres, huh?
It's not Tatis.
Tatis didn't go
It's
there.
not Tatis. He didn't
Machado
go to
didn't go to
Michigan.
Michigan.
No.
Machado is also not a recent
It's not
college
Eric,
player.
Eric Hosmer.
That's a good point.
Hosmer is also a very
Chris
old-
Paddock. I don't know.
No, that's a good guess. I
that,
like
that is a good
I
guess.
like that guess.
Is he an outfielder?
No,
Is he a pitcher?
no.
I don't know.
Eric Hosmer.
I don't know this one.
Will Myers. I don't know.
No.
Shortstop.
Will Myers also not a recent college player.
Is it,
Austin Hedges.
Oh.
No.
I know his first name, but I don't want to say it in case it gives it away.
Longoria.
Time is
Austin
ticking here.
Meadows, I
Time
don't
is
know.
ticking on the episode here.
Austin Meadows.
I know,
is
like,
in Tampa.
the first part of his last
All right,
name.
let's just. I don't think.
All right.
I give up. Tristan, you go.
I
This
don't
is
give
your
up.
shot.
Is it Jake
Yeah.
what is Cronenworth?
Yeah.
Must,
Jake
Tristan is on the board. How about
He's
that?
on the board. We love to see that. We love to see that.
We do love to
we
see
spread
that.
the love.
I know my Michigan baseball.
That's a
No,
good.
let's,
That's a
like,
good rags to
wait,
riches story.
Let's recap. 12 to
Yeah,
Josh,
12 me.
3 to Matt, 1 to Tristan.
One.
Yeah,
Tristan.
I got
Wow.
one.
How about
I'm on the
that?
board.
Does that wrap up the game?
What?
Yeah.
That it does wrap up the
It
game.
does.
And
Wow.
we are now going to pass it over to my friend Josh, who is
Yep.
we just talked about as the MVP of today again, and he's going to take over with podcast predictions.
Yeah, podcast predictions segment we've done in a lot of episodes in the past. Today we're going to be predicting the second round of the NBA playoffs, the bubble playoffs, whatever you guys want to call it.
Disclaimer:
Yes,
Not-
disclaimer. At the time we are recording,
Rockets Thunder have not played Game
yes,
7.
tonight would be Game 7. We're recording this during the afternoon, so we do not know, but we'll get to that later. We're going to start in
Thunder.
the Eastern Conference. We
Oh, we
have
are?
the Bucks and the Heat. The Heat are up 1-0. In the first series, Bucks beat the Magic in 5, and the Heat swept the Pacers in 4, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Matt, go.
No, you got it.
All
No,
right.
you got it.
I like the Heat here.
Really?
I like. Yes, I do.
I don't.
I like the upset. I think this does go 7, but Jimmy Butler does look really good so far.
Yeah,
And
Jimmy Butler's playing some good basketball.
if he stays hot, then Jimmy Buckets
Yeah.
is going to get these guys to the conference finals.
Ooh, I like that take. I didn't.
I do too, Matt. Trust me.
I didn't have the guts to pick the Heats over the Bucks this time, so I had to pick the
I
Bucks
respect
to
that.
win in 7 games.
Yep.
And yeah, I think it's gonna be really close, maybe a 3-point game.
Wow.
Jeez.
Every single game, or
Yes.
all right. Well, I'm a match train here, but I don't necessarily think it's a game 7 thing. Maybe I think the Bucks are gonna win it. I don't know if it's necessarily another Magic thing happening where they drop game 1 and everybody starts panicking.
I don't think anyone's panicking. I think people are just
people
disrespecting.
panicked when they lost to the Magic, and then
That's the Magic. This
they
is the Heat.
Gentlemen swept them basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't think it's going to be another one. I think this is going to go to 6, might go to 7, but I think the Bucks are just too good to lose in the Eastern semifinals.
I'm gonna have to go with the Heat
I like
here.
that. Yes.
50-50.
I
In
also.
in
I don't hate the Heat.
in
pick.
6 games. I think
Really?
it's gonna be 6.
Wow.
I think they're gonna pull it off in 6.
I like
To the
that.
Bucks.
Giannis,
Bucks are favorites.
Giannis hasn't played obviously due to his potential
not
yet,
great.
but his team's obviously just
Chris
loaded.
Middleton's
Yeah.
playing good
Yeah.
basketball though.
Yep.
So.
We're gonna move on to the next matchup in the East. We have the Celtics and the Raptors. Celtics are currently up 2-0 after a very close game.
Both.
Tuesday night. No, Monday night.
What was game 1? Game 1 was not.
No,
a
game 1
blowout.
was a blowout. It
What
was
was
like
it?
They were
like
out one
20
like
points.
17,
it?
20.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like an
somewhere
18-point
around there.
game. First round, Celtics swept the Sixers, and the Raptors also swept the Nets in the first round. So, both two dominant teams, I guess you could say. But I think the Celtics win this game in 5 games. It's a little. I know it's a little bold, but I like the Celtics matchup here, and I think they just continue to stay hot in these playoffs.
I think the Celtics are the hottest team in the NBA right now, and I think they're going to keep going.
Because they're 6-0 in
I
the
think
playoffs.
I think they're going to lose.
Say it louder, Blake.
What? 6-0 in the playoffs.
That's
I
right.
think they're going to lose game 4. I think they're going to lose their
We don't have
composure
to
a bit.
predict this. You
But
predicted the game.
Game by game.
Celtics are gonna win in 5, and then they'll be doing just fine.
That's right.
I think I'm gonna hop on the Celtics bandwagon here.
Yeah.
And I say the Celtics maybe sweep the Raptors.
Really?
It's really hard to tell.
I like
To have
that.
a lot of insight into this series when both the teams played 2 of the unhealthiest teams in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and
fair.
they both swept them. But I don't know how much that says. But the Celtics being up 2-0 right now against the Raptors says a lot. And even when their shooters are making 5 shots, their non-shooters are making 5 threes in a row.
Marcus Smart. How about that?
Is a sign of how hot you are, and
Yeah.
it's just
Of course, I gotta go Celtics here. I think they're gonna pull it off
That's a
in
sweep.
5.
Sweep for the Celtics.
Yep.
Right on the table.
The Celtics sweep.
I like that. Moving on to the Western Conference now, we have the Clippers and the Nuggets. In the first round, Clippers
Ooh.
beat the Mavericks in 6, and the Nuggets beat the Jazz in an absolute thriller. Game 7 came back from
What a game.
from a 3-1 deficit.
what a finish too.
Wow.
Yeah.
As much as I would like to see the Nuggets stay hot, I just think this Clippers team is too good. They were actually my prediction to come out of the West and make the finals, and I'm going to continue to ride that train. I think the Clippers win this game I think the Clippers win this series in 6 games.
I think the Clippers are loaded. I think they may be better than the Lakers right now. I think that the Clippers are going to clean sweep the Denver Nuggets
Jeez.
Wow.
4-0, and I think they're going to have a lot of momentum going into the Western Conference Finals.
I'm gonna go for a little bit of a hot take just to be that guy, and I'm gonna say the Nuggets are winning this in another very intense series going to Game 7.
Yeah.
And Clippers, had trouble with a Mavs team that nobody thought was gonna Luka or a healthy
Yeah.
Kristaps. Kristaps getting ejected in one game, and they still took them to 6, almost to 7.
You know who's Paul George has not looked good at all.
No, he got better.
Last
he started
game,
off,
last
he
game,
started
last
off
game.
very
Yes, sorry, I
bad,
apologize.
very bad.
Very bad start
If
for-
Paul George can't play good basketball, I don't see them winning.
Yeah, the Clippers need playoff P to show up. They don't need.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
I
They
think
don't
if
need-
Jamal Murray keeps playing the basketball
Yeah.
he's playing right now, which is
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Jordan
fair.
type stuff,
it is.
it's I think the Nuggets are gonna surprise everyone.
I also think the Nuggets are gonna win.
There we go.
I think they're gonna pull it off in 6.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Jeez, you think they stay hot, huh?
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
gonna stay hot
That's
and
fair.
keep,
They are
keep
riding
going
that,
through.
that 4-game win streak right now. Wait, no, 3-game.
It's 3, yeah.
3.
Moving on, I should say, to our final matchup as we mentioned earlier, OKC and Houston versus the Lakers. Regardless who comes out of this OKC-Houston match, I think the Lakers advance. They beat Portland in 5, gentlemen sweep. As we brought up earlier, I think it's going to be a Lakers-Clippers matchup in the Western Conference Finals.
I think that the Lakers, they have enough talent to squeak by the Thunder or Rockets. Yeah, those are the teams.
Yep.
I think
That's correct.
Oh boy! If that doesn't speak, I don't know what the word is, but
Okay, I think the Lakers win in 6 games.
Yeah.
either way,
I think
okay.
either way, I think they'll win in 6.
I'm going to agree, and I think the Lakers are going to win this series. I think who they play says a lot about the series, though. I think if they play the Rockets, it's probably going to go to 7. I think if they play the Thunder, it might be a sweep. And the Lakers.
Yeah, Thunder don't have the front court to keep up with.
Yeah,
Anthony
if
Davis.
LeBron can play good basketball, because AD is almost a no question right now. He's playing crazy basketball, and they should make the finals.
I think that the Lakers
Western
are going to end up playing the Rockets, and they're going to end up winning in 5 games. The Lakers are going to end up winning in 5.
Yep.
Jeez.
I respect that. That wraps up podcast predictions. After the break, we're going to finish with On This Day in Sports, and as always, Douglas's Hot Take. Welcome back to the Fourth Inning Podcast. And before we jump into the hot take, on this day in sports, September 3rd, 1995, the Carolina Panthers played their first NFL game, their debut game. They ended up losing in overtime, though, to the Atlanta Falcons in a 23-20 thriller.
That's a tough loss right there.
And especially for a first game.
Yeah.
That's a tough pill to
Darn.
swallow. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Matt, go ahead now.
Oh, yes.
Almost forgot
Sorry,
about the hot take.
thanks, Josh. Welcome to Douglas's Hot Take, as usual. I will deliver an unpopular sports opinion, and we shall discuss it. This week's hot take is that the Denver Broncos are a sleeper team to make a playoff run.
Yeah, Matt, I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. I think their offense is what's going to really bring them to success this year. They've surrounded a young quarterback in Drew Lock with a lot of weapons, and this is going to be one of those teams that's going to be exciting to watch, I think, come this season.
Well, I'm kind of back and forth, but it's gonna be close. I think they do have a lot of talent and weapons, like Josh said. I just don't know if they're gonna pull it off. They should, but
They're in a tough division.
I understand the doubt with the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yes.
who are contenders or front runners, I should say. It will be a bit of a tough route, but I think they could get it done.
Blake, what's your opinion?
Yeah, see, I'm in a similar stance. I'm not going to necessarily disagree that they're going to be a very good team, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. I'm doubtful when they're playing in a division with the by far favorites for this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the first thing we got to do when it comes to the Broncos is break down their offense.
Yeah,
What's
I
wrong?
agree.
Yeah.
Running
There's no
backs
other way
with
to say it.
Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay, arguably, I wouldn't say top 10, of course, maybe top 25 running backs in the league, which is impressive to have 2 of them.
Yeah.
They have their first 2 draft picks are wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, he's going to be a stud in this league, and KJ Hamler out of Penn State.
Yeah.
Little
That's a big
speedster,
underrated
I
out
guess
of
you
the
could say.
draft.
Already added to wide receiver room. That includes Cortland Sutton. I'd say a top 10 wide receiver for
I
sure.
expect a breakout year from
Yeah.
Cortland.
They're
Not
wide
to- not
If
to
last year
mention-
wasn't one.
Yeah.
Last year wasn't one.
Not to mention their tight end Noah Fant, who's an up-and-coming player in the
That's a
league.
doubt.
That's
See,
a
I don't know if he's necessarily proven himself as
I think he has. Last
as
year
a
was
top tight end. He was a rookie last year, but
That's a fantasy
I don't know,
football
he didn't
pickup.
that's a good help for
sure.
the
necessarily
on offense.
it's not. Yeah, I'm not going to say he's bad, but
Yeah.
it's just that's one of the spots that is not necessarily guaranteed.
Yeah, we
in-
don't-
Yeah.
in skill.
I think the big question when it comes to these guys is Drew Lock.
Yeah.
He's I don't know how old he is. He's third year of the league.
Yeah, I think-
Second year.
Second, I think.
Third year. It is his third year.
Yeah.
So this will be his first year really under control of the offense. Last year he took over after Joe Flacco. So yeah, it's just gonna be one of those things where if he's on, the Broncos are gonna be on. But if he's struggling, it's gonna be a tough scene to watch, I think.
He was a bit shaky last year. I know he was ranked in the lower in the league in most categories, but also he didn't really have much to work with. And in a losing environment that they had last year, I think he was set up to fail.
I think it really all depends on Drew Lock, as we said.
Yeah.
He has loaded wide receivers, but that may mean nothing. We may see a Minnesota Golden Gophers thing here with Tanner Morgan having all those weapons, and he used it to his advantage.
That's very true. He
If
did
Drew
do
Lock,
that.
if Drew Lock can do that with probably one of the most stacked receiving cores in the league, young stacked receiving cores, then they'll be a top team. But if he can't, then they're basically just a waste of talent if he can't carry that team.
I think also Melvin Gordon is a bit overlooked as well. I mean, he did sit out some of the year last year, but really the games he played, he put up a lot of good numbers. I know.
Yeah.
Who's the other running back?
Philip Lindsay.
Philip Lindsay.
He was
the
the guy.
on the
starting
Chargers.
running back.
On the Chargers.
Oh,
Austin
Austin
Eckler.
Eckler.
Austin Eckler, yeah.
He's a guy who came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really he kind of
He's a good fantasy guy.
Yeah, he split a lot of snaps with Austin Eckler last year, and I think that really hindered his numbers. And I think really if he had 75 or 80% of the snaps, I think his numbers would have been a lot better.
Yeah, back to the Broncos here. They're that's a very valid point, Matt. But I think their defense is not going to be the deciding factor. But if their offense can reach their potential, then their defense is going to have to hold it down for them. And it's interesting because they have a lot of veterans like Von Miller, Justin Simmons, and Jarrell Casey, but also young guys like Bradley Chubb and DeMar Dotson. So it'll be
AJ Bouye pick up
yes.
from Jacksonville.
Yes, he's a veteran. That's a
Yeah,
solid veteran.
yeah, but he was when he was paired up with Ramsey. That was one of the top DB units in the league, and at the time,
Key factor here for the Broncos: Jake Butt.
Yes.
Tight end out of Michigan.
Yes.
He
Boy,
is
Jake
going
Butt.
to
Jake
decide their season. I totally forgot he was on the Broncos.
He's been
Jake
hurt.
Butt is going to lead this team to victory, I think. this year.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
Jake
boy,
Butt.
he's got a good physique and a good build.
you don't know that. Anymore.
I really
Yes, I do.
Jake
I really
Butt.
think that
He's a tight end.
That's right.
Really?
Jake Butt.
Yeah, Jake Butt he's a solid prospect, and I think he's really gonna show his skill.
Jake Butt.
I think that the deciding factor is going to be Drew Lock.
Well, besides Jake Butt, of course.
Besides
sorry.
Jake
Yeah, Drew
But
Lock, yeah.
He has all those weapons, and he just needs to use them
Yeah, it's up to him.
wisely,
I
and
think.
they're going to take
If
it.
the Broncos can't win the division, which is a possibility.
Oh, no, I don't think
playing
they
the Chiefs.
No,
I think
Yeah,
they're
they're
going to
not
be a
gonna
wild
win it.
card team.
Yeah.
Who else is contention in the
Shard,
wild card?
Chargers
oh.
and Raiders. Raiders are probably going to be that other team because I don't think the Chargers are.
Colts up there too.
I think Colts can win the division.
Colts could.
They might.
They really
They
have a
might.
good shot of winning the
Might.
division, but that's a conversation for another day.
That's for another time.
I really do think that the Broncos have a. I don't want to go into percentages, but I think they have like an 85% chance of making the playoffs. And then after that, if Drew
That's
Lock's
a
on, I
high
think he's making
percentage.
it.
That's a high
It is a high
percentage.
You know what? I'll give them a.
That's a
If I
Super
had-
Bowl. That's a
Blake,
Super Bowl favorite.
what do you think?
percentage.
Eh.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what's your final?
85%?
Final.
What?
What's your final?
I'm where I'm at. I
thoughts?
think that if all the pieces fit, then they fit, and
Yes.
and-
That's how
yeah.
puzzle usually
yeah,
works.
If
something
all the
like that.
pieces fit, then this is a top team in the league that is competing for a playoff spot because they are. Because the Chiefs probably not going to beat out the Chiefs in that division.
No.
It's just the harsh reality, and I do think it comes down to Drew Lock.
I think that Drew Lock will end up using his weapons in the right way, and I think
I hope he does.
they're going to end up getting that wild
Would
card
hate to
spot.
see that team not do well with that much talent.
You honestly will, especially the offense. But the Broncos are going to be a team I'm going to really enjoy watching this year. Powerful offense, and you know what? I'm going to predict they do get a wild card spot. I think the Chiefs win the division by, I'm not going to say a landslide, but a lot, maybe
Yeah.
3 to 4 games, just because I think
Just
they're so good.
no doubt that they're going to win. Like,
Yeah.
It might not be that many games,
Yeah.
but you know they're winning.
Yeah, they're just loaded, and they brought back basically everyone from last year's Super Bowl team. But, yeah, I think it all comes down to Drew Lock and that offense. And if they can reach their potential, they will be a dangerous team, I think, come playoff time to upset a top seed.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that'll wrap up the hot take and also wrap up this week's episode of the Fourth Inning Podcast. We hope you liked this episode, and we hope you tune in next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all of our social medias. And remember to get 4% better every day. See ya.